All right, man. What's goody, man? I'm a little late with this one, but I wanted to do this battle justice. It's your man Kingpin Santiago, man. If you're new, never checked out the channel, please subscribe. Like the video, man. I try to do this just off the strength of the love, just like so many of the other bloggers out there. I am a writer and poet. Um, So I feel like I look at it a little differently when I look at these battles, man. It's this battle rap, but I'm considering, man, just broadening it to is this hip hop because hip hop is battle hip hop is larger than battle rap. There's so much more to hip hop than just battle rap, but I am an avid supporter and very much I'd like to think a seasoned member to the battle rap community. Not new to this, man. I'm true to this, man. I truly do love this art form. But Ab versus Fonz, man. That's why we're here. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, this is just a beautiful battle. This was beautiful writing. This was a beautiful performance by both of these juggernaut MCs. Ab being the vet, Fonz being up and coming, and no one to take lightly. Matter of fact, I think Fonz is as far as the new class, him, Kid Chaos, and Easy, the block captain. Honorable mention of Real Sick. I think he's cool. I think they kind of gassing. I need to hear some more. But Easy, Fonz, and Kid Chaos, they are my personal favorites of the new class, new crop of talent that Smack is developing and grooming. Um, but this battle, man, long time, not long time coming, but this battle was highly anticipated because, a lot of people like to think of Fonz as the newer Av. But I'm going to tell y'all this, man. After this battle, there's no such thing as a new Av. There's a Fonz and there's an Av. I think these brothers, while there are several similarities that you could point out. I think Av does what he does at the end of the day. I think Fonz does what he does at the end of the day, and I think what we got, man, was just a classic battle. Getting right into it, man. Uh, I edged the first round to Av. Fonz was fire. He was super fire. Um, he comes out with the Ramon Smack of the Promise, winner of the tournament, um, the 25,000 Ultimate Madness, gets to pick their next opponent. Fonz won a K Shine. Uh, we see he ended up battling Av. That's not what the agreement was. So he starts off with the is these are these motherfuckers deaf? Can these motherfuckers hear? He took that kind of angle. Comes out punching quickly, wastes no time. Rocky on the Av. You should you should expect this terrain. Terrain, nice. Lift Av in the air like the bridge is closed. We've seen that. Um, let's see here. Av would make it rumble in an earthquake. Cool. Uh, the little bump made me proactive, meaning the bump with the $25,000 winning the Ultimate Madness tournament. Uh, Doc trying to piece Av together like a Hot Wheel track, dope. He's sick, but we still remember what Nitty did to his antibody. Nice. Um, Rum Nitty. If you remember the Av and Rum Nitty battle, they'll have to they'll have to take this use this MOP to get his ante up or something like that. Crazy. We all know Rum Nitty's an alien. So that was a kind of a reference to that bar. Super dope. I really love that. When you have, the only thing with battle rap is you got to know the storyline to really appreciate how creative some of these bars are. If you don't know the storyline, you're really not going to appreciate just how bananas sometimes these cats are going. It's foolish. He had a foolish Ashanti bar, still, with Fonz in the first round. Um, let's see here. Accused of biting the Av. Expect us to believe that History X against history in the past, biting Av, American History X. If you all haven't seen the movie, you really wouldn't appreciate that bar. I mean, battle rap really is so intricate these days. Like, you really gotta have some type of well-versed interests to really, really appreciate where these guys are pulling these metaphors from and how they're scheming, because it's just crazy, Street light, dark road. There's a reason I picked Shine over Av with the street light. When you're going down a dark road, you expect to see a street light. Super dope. Shine over Av. And then he went into, I guess, I guess his name is Nathan. So Fonz wrapped up that first round with some Nate flips: procrastinate, carbonate, laminate, decaffeinate, contaminate. He was flipping his name like a motherfucker. And then he closed it with what happens when they put a shark on land. He ends up washed up. So super dope from Fonz. But Av was just, man, Av was Av, man. So Av gets right to it. There's a joke, goes he kind of starts off with a joke about replacing him with Fonz. And so then he comes out immediately. You thought the Avenue was down, so you needed a detour. Avenue, crazy, really super dope with that. Building talent is a period challenge. Y'all making P out to be ass. Basically talking about how P's been handling the bulk of the recruiting of the newer crop of talent. And you all know the viral challenge with the ladies with the curves. You know what I'm saying? They're spelling out period as if, point blank period, nothing else to say about it. Using their body as the P, the capital letter P. So that's where that comes from. Put all three on Av. I built Monopoly. I think there was something to that regard. You put the land on Av when this is my property. Dope. Kind of continuing with that, punching with that Monopoly, kind of from that Monopoly perspective. Thought I got all my senses back from Corona and still couldn't get my taste for caffeine. Av was speaking on the delays with him getting a match and getting back on a card. That was super dope. Landlord in front of a judge, like a tenant lawsuit. Judge is being the gun. Landlord at Av, his nickname is the landlord. So that's the dope thing about all the land flips. If you didn't really appreciate that when you watched it on Caffeine, if you were able to catch it when it initially streamed live on the Caffeine broadcast. Old school playground park dude. I'm daring a ninja to jump out the swing. I mean, if you all grew up like I grew up, we was outside and jumping out of the swing. That was a thing. So for Av to come with that was crazy. Switch places with landlord like Simeon Hakeem. Shout outs to Coming to America movie part 2 coming soon. No pun intended. Mark Price. Mark shooting the three was the only thing he knew about a White Price in Cleveland, but just crazy, man. Just Av was just bugging. I beat a ninja. A word. Shout outs to Piper Boy. I'll beat a ninja ASS and tell this dude from the land to slide and hit him with a little bump. That's a little calico punch, little scheme. Shout outs to Cal and the BAN record, Beat a Ninja, ASS. So shout outs to Cal for that. I have a 30 followed by another 30 or with another 30. It's a month-to-month lease. Dope. Once again, flipping and playing on, Fonz calling himself the landlord. Every function in your city, I'll be there like pasta salad and party wings. Blew up as soon as I step in your city. I landmine in landmines. So that's pretty, straightforward, but still I thought it was cool. It was nice with the momentum, with the way he was just punching back to back. Plane spray the land. It's a crop duster, crazy. You know how they come through and spray the fertilizers. So plane spray, just super dope. Double entendres. Just Av was just in his bag. Last, I give my last to the landlord, living check to check. Let's see here. Shots hit your bro, or Grey's Anatomy, and that's all the hospital show. Grey's Anatomy is a hospital show, super dope with that. All the hospital show, nice. Dogs will go have crazy on your love. Word to Music Soul Child. If you know that song, shout outs to Music Soul Child. I loved that record, so I caught that immediately. Got kind of hype. It was pretty slick. It was just one of the mini punches. I mean, Av and Fonz, what they did with this battle, it was just even the mini punches, the things that really weren't haymakers, they were borderline haymakers. So this was a lot, man. This was just a heavy slugfest. Just it was hard for them to get through. If this battle was in front of a crowd, it would be an hour and a half long with the way they would probably have to bring it back. I'm telling you, like, no, that's no gassing. 357 to the landlord. It sounds like Section 8 rent. Section 8 rent is a little cheaper than regular rent, and 357 is really cheap these days. And then fork over the cheddar or die the same way fondue. Woo! You all ever been to the Melting Pot restaurant or anything that involves an opportunity to enjoy some fondue? That's typically incorporating something like maybe sweets and melted chocolate, fruits, melted chocolate, fruit and melted cheese of some sort. So that's where that punch comes from. And then Av just finished up really strong with the gone letter. Your chick wanna S this D, and I'm gone letter like a suicide note. My goodness, good gracious, gone letter. Whew. Sometimes people might feel like some certain things are like a reach. It's not a reach, but you gotta understand when you're really high caliber MC, you can bend words. So they bend words. Sometimes it's not necessarily a clear, clean punch, but it's still so slick, and that's what I mean by bending. If you want to get technical. And then shotgun to the landlord. And so like Nino taking over the Carter. We all most of us are familiar with the freaking New Jack City. So that's how Av ended. That's why I'm gonna edge it. Av just was punching heavier, y'all. He was punching. He punched more frequently. The second round, man, Fonz I feel like he leveled the playing field with this one. And this round can go either way. I'm not gonna spit all these bars. There's just so much. It took me forever just to get through this battle, just to be able to recap it and give it its just due. But Fonz comes out the gate, presidents off this Penn Ave, Pennsylvania Ave, where the White House is, president resides, dog fighting, but he's still a Vic. That kind of went over my head. I gotta go back and check that out. Sat at home while you shouted me out on Champion. Then you sat at home while I became one. Fire. I'm the landlord in these small rooms. I show efficiency. Fire. Deposit to the landlord to put you in a better place. Cool. Let's see here. Let it back out in the center of Av. Oh, let it buck. Sorry. Can't read my own handwriting. Let it buck in the center of Av like roadkill. Fire. Got up and left the cave. Jesus Christ. Punching on Av, leaving cave gang. Expecting the jet. He from the 757. All they do is take off. Dope. 757 is a larger plane jet. And Snake in the ring with the Cleveland Puncher. Once again, he's flipping Ab's name. It's Jake Paul. So what's a shark to a ninja that break jaws? Jaws being a shark, break jaws, crazy, double entendre. After you got a COZ paintball, that was okay. Monopoly board, he had a Monopoly scheme. Didn't speak to his team when he was on a breathing machine. Guess he didn't want a ventilator. Basically talking about how Av, one of his things, I guess he was bothered by. He went on record. He really didn't feel like there was much support when he was dealing, with the health issues and battling and trying to overcome COVID. So didn't want to vent till later. Didn't, ventilator though. He had a wine scheme, beer scheme. Both of those were super tough. They were just really intricate and just so much. And then just like Jay Black on caffeine. It just ain't the same without the Henny. D.I. the Henny Man, him and Jay Black, they got it in together. And, they were the 1-2 combo as far as lead battle rap analysts, commentators for caffeine. And now we've seen kind of like a switch up with Jay Black and Surf teaming up and things like that. So, Ab second round got the y'all got this B on the card again, and he couldn't. Oh shoot! And y'all thinking he gonna get the WAP? So punching on the WAP record. Craig Pops took major ish to get offered some landlord Ussy. Lost Boy scheme, that was dope. Noodles on the beef, and she told me that you're stroking all fire. Safe deposit like bank vaults, as in that's the only time Fonz is good. That was a fantasy draft scheme. Land on your back. One of the if one of these hits you, you'll have the land on your back. You need to go ahead and find you an exit. The Ishai Express, way too different. Expressway, nice little punch with that. Avenue straight solid. Straight stay in your lane. When you have the solid lines on the road, you're not allowed to pass. Stay in your lane. Rob the first ninjas I see on some Pilgrim-ish. It's kind of self-explanatory. Drop something heavy. On buckshots like Martin when he dream about Pam. Av just talking about how he's building up his arsenal. Exit wound looks like a microwave pepperoni. That was crazy. Survive Corona. See if you can do the same with this Steel Reserve. Let's see here. Meaning, let's see. We'll see what Fonz can do. Av already survived Corona. Last thing your OGC is the boot camp. Shout outs to the boot camp click, duck down, buckshot, original gun clappers, all of that. Love that. I was a fan of those brothers in that movement. Bang that campfire and roast these marshmallows with the sticks. Expect us to believe you hold this down in the land. That's just septic tanks. Dope. Look like you're gonna shoot a rock. Better be doing the hezzy step. You hesitate, you hooping. Shout out to all my hoopers out there. Here to Dead the Landlord, and I'm getting that mortgage itch. Dope. Kind of playing on morgue and then mortgage. That was a dope flip. Blame the camp for his death. Go from the landlord to Jason Voorhees. If you all familiar with Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees, the original character before he becomes whatever monster or spirit. He was at the Camp Crystal Lake. He drowns or something like that. And so, then becomes, this curse or whatever. So that's where that comes from. There was an Angie Stone punch or whatever. So that can go either way, man. That was a dope one. But I call that one a draw. Second round was a draw. It's whatever you prefer, in my opinion. Third round, this one was close. I'm gonna give it to Av. Third round, just out the gate, but only because Av took an angle and he still punched. with that angle, which I thought was just really beautifully crafted. But we'll get into it. Let's see here. What was that? Let's see what we got here. Yeah. So we have Fonz, third, Trader left rock, not trying to go back, not trying to go brick by brick, alluding to maybe, I guess Av was maybe briefly speaking with ARP about coming over there to Red Breed Entertainment. Fold Av up. This is your roadmap. Ride up, cans banging on Av, just married, gun butt like Lisa Simpson. You would have thought having bleeding gums would have taught you a lesson. Yo, if you're a Simpsons fan, that is crazy. Shopping cart at Aldi, you should have gotten a quarter and kept it pushing. Didn't really get that one. Shop at Aldi's right there, but went from Washington to a Kennedy. I turned a quarter to a 50-cent piece. Walking down Ave, one thing on the nose. This is a sobriety test. Crazy. They get a visual on Ave, and it'll be a visual on Ave, like teddy bears and candles coming out. Dope. So he had a Sylvester Stallone scheme. Mr. Electric. Let's see if he can block this metal. Put a big K against Ave. Not even Smack could block this ish. Stock and Elmer's. You got a franchise and glue. Dope. Franchise and glue. Franchise and glue. Just saying, Av hasn't really seen he's alluding to Av hasn't seen like the bigger matchups, even though he's been, winning his battles. I think, by majority, consensus and all of that. It's a mirror match, right? Give him some itch to reflect upon. Dope. Lead you to a better path by getting stepped on. So there was a fish scheme, coat in the coat like North Face. I mean, it was just dope, man. And then you got Av. He comes back with the father-son angle, man, and he just punching, man. Just wouldn't have been paid in full if Ace could have made it. Would have been paid in full if Ace could have made a cleaner delivery. Let's see here. P on the C called me to clean up behind you just because you won 25 and you featherweight. Once again, referencing to the tournament, selling fish, but you sleeping with him. Speaking about his mother having a fish fry excuse me, if Fonz would have passed away, you selling fish, she's selling fish, but you sleeping with him. I feel like Cousin Pete, because he'd be lucky if I let him. He'll be lucky I let him get a plate. Super dope. If you know the Poetic Justice movie, how crazy that was. Want to shine more than furniture polish. Super. That's pretty dope. Not my son Jesus. I'm the reason he got game. If you know the He Got Game movie, Jesus Shuttlesworth and all of that. Denzel Washington played his father. Crazy. You just seeing 25 in life. I know Ninja seeing 25 to it. There was a Prince punchline. She gave me an ultimate madness. When I say I was torn, I meant from you. The ish gave me an ultimate madness. When I say I was torn, I meant from you. I guess talking about the comparisons and all of that. Answer a call from son, like Big Girl's response, giving my son a shot only got me feeling like Marvin Gaye daddy. Wowzers. That was crazy. The Rapunzel. Nightwing let down here, meaning you only hear because Jay the Nightwing he dropped the ball. That's what he's alluding to. I'm the real cloth. You just a wet nap. Boys, there was a Boys in the Hood scheme that was pretty dope. Punching on the Furious Styles and all of that. Use a landlord if you ain't got ish. What's the use of a landlord if you ain't got ish on the Ave? Dope. Good for maintaining the land. He's just a groundskeeper. Crazy. He told Ab told Smack, I didn't take offspring just to come back and talk to mine. Crazy. Ab been going for a while, so beautiful flip of that. Aim for the sky, shoot for the moon. It actually was like I taught you to aim for the sky, shoot for the moon, but you want to just bring your Pop Smoke. Crazy. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. That was just dope. And then there was a prohibition punch. This was just dope. I just edged it to Av, and so I give it to Av 2-1. Edge, edge, edge. This was nobody. This was just a great classic battle. That's just how I call it. You could very well you could make an argument that Fonz did win this battle. I believe so. I believe you could clearly, not clearly, that sounds like a contradiction, but I think you could make an argument that Fonz got the second and the third. That's how I call it. If you're giving it to Ab, I say you could make a strong argument that Ab got the first and the third. So that's it, man. Woo! Lot, man. A lot of material. Great battle. Me just recapping these bars doesn't do it justice. So as soon as you get the opportunity, if you don't have the app, get the app, man. If you don't have the app, eventually they'll release it on YouTube one day. So I'm not encouraging anybody to bootleg anything, man. Let's do right. Let's support the culture, man, the right way, man, and that's just what it is. But it's your man Kingpin Santiago with this battle rap. I'm here to tell y'all, man, Ab versus Fonz, man, on Caffeine, bro. This was battle rap, man, and this was Born Legacy. This was Born Legacy 10, I think. So, yeah, man. So that's what it is. I'll be back, more recaps. I just wanted to do this one the right way. All right, man. Shout outs to y'all. More.